Hey everybody, it's InnoVision, and what a week it's been at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. Although we didn't make it out there this week, there's nothing stopping us from using our keen power of observation to be your guide in what we believe is going on in the Legion Go space. Also, I ordered this bad boy right before Thanksgiving, and it finally arrived. This is the official Lenovo Legion Go charging controller connector. And so we're going to open it up here in this episode and also give you some of our initial impressions. Now, aside from talking about the charging controller connector, we want to spend a minute talking about the Legion Go S, which went up for pre-order this week. We really want to focus on who this device is for, or who we believe it's for. And then the more important question that we're going to answer by the end of this episode is what we believe the price of the Legion Go 2 will be. You know, they've been totally mum about what the price is going to be, and I think there's a good reason why, and I'm going to go through a quick cost analysis. Alright, so let's jump right in. I'm going to open this up, and we're going to take a quick look at the packaging and what comes with it, and then we're going to connect it and play a game just for a minute. So we got a USB charging cable, and then the controller connectors right here. This is very nice. Oh, and it's got the slanted angled edge. So one of the things I did not like about the JSOX controller connector was that it was just straight down like this. I feel like the controllers do need to be angled out for it to give it a more natural controller feel, like a PlayStation or Xbox controller. So for those of you who are unaware of it, this controller connector provides you with a 10.5 watt-hour battery. So what I love about this controller holder is it has an identical fitment that the Legion Go already has. This railing system that the Legion Go has on its side, the controller holder also has the exact same fitment. And so it feels like a very natural extension to the Legion Go. In fact, you know, it's got the same rubber bumpers and it's got the same metal piece, and it attaches very solid. And when you go to attach your controller, it gives you a very solid click. Another really neat feature is when you go to plug the device in to charge it, it's got these little LED indicators right here. The top one is showing you how charged the controller holder is. The bottom part of this O on Legion shows you how charged the controllers are themselves. So once it's fully charged, everything will be solid lit. And then when it's discharging or charging, it'll be blinking. So my only complaint actually is, why was this not available at launch? All right, so we fired up Shredder's Revenge. I'm used to playing this game with an Xbox controller. I'm having absolutely no problem playing the game. It feels very natural to me. It feels a heck of a lot natural than the JSOX controller holder. You're way better off investing in this one. It just feels premium. It's a first party product. And it's just sleek. I love the design. I love the fact that it can continue charging your controllers for long play sessions. Like, imagine you're at a hotel room and you brought your Legion Go because you want the bigger screen real estate. And now you've got the ability to play like as if you brought your Xbox with you. I mean, this is just, oh man, this is so cool. Alright, I give it 2 thumbs up. Alright, so let's talk about one of the worst kept secrets in handheld gaming. The Lenovo Legion Go S. There were several leaks leading up to the Consumer Electronics Show about an 8-inch LCD screen-based Legion Go system. One of the most notable parts of this leak was that there was going to be 2 versions of this unit, one running SteamOS and the other running Windows 11. Now, I think these are super exciting times, the fact that we're about to see third parties adopting SteamOS, but that's not what we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about the Windows 11 based unit, the one that just went up for pre-order on Best Buy this week. So it comes in at right around $730. I'm not going to really go over the specs here with you, but I want to talk about who this device is for. And I think it's for people who do not have a handheld gaming PC. That's the perfect audience for the Legion Go S Windows unit. Now, it does come with the Z2 Go processor. It does come with a slightly bigger battery, and definitely comes with more RAM. But I wouldn't expect that all of these things are going to make any kind of difference in any of your normal gameplay sessions. In fact, if you already have invested in a Legion Go, I would say just stick with it, because there's not really a compelling argument from a performance perspective to actually adopt that Legion Go S. But this does take me to our next point, and that's one thing that's been completely silent this whole conference. how much is the Legion Go 2 going to cost? And so it actually works out that back in October, I did a cost analysis to try to come up with what I thought the Legion Go 2 would cost. So let's take the Legion Go, for example. Without having an exact price point for components, the best thing we have to work off of is the ratio of the cost of components for something like laptops, where there's a lot of historical data. And so typically speaking, laptops, the chipset, and in our case, it's an APU on these handheld gaming devices, the chipset accounts for 20 to 30% of that entire cost. And so if we look at the MSRP of the Legion Go when it launched was around $700. So if we take the mid-range of that 20 to 30% range, that means that the APU is contributing to about $175 of that cost. Now, if we assume the rest of the components, just for the sake of argument here, are static on Legion Go 2, that means that we're not going to upgrade the RAM, we're not going to upgrade the chassis, we're not going to upgrade the screen, so on and so forth. Let it all be the same. All we're going to do is modify the APU. We know that the Z2 Extreme APU is roughly 2 times the cost of the Z1 Extreme. And so that means that's 2 times $175. So that brings the Legion Go 2, if we don't change anything in the system, to right around $830 to $850. Now we know based on the prototype that we've seen at the Consumer Electronics Show that it does have an OLED screen, and I think it's safe to assume that it's going to have at least 32 gigs of RAM. So once you start factoring in these additional costs, we're talking about something that is bounded between $900 and $1,100, assuming that there's no markup for profit. So I think it's safe to say that the cost for the Legion Go 2 system is going to be between $900 and $1,100. So that's a hard pill to swallow. But that does make sense. That's why they introduced the Legion Go S, because that provides a mid-tier gaming solution. I do not believe that the Z1 Extreme-based handheld gaming PCs are going away for any time. You know, they've already been fabricating those CPUs. They're comfortable with making them. So I expect to see them stick around for another couple years. I mean, we see it with other Strix Point APU-based handheld gaming PCs. They're, $1,200 to $1,400, and they don't even offer as big of a screen or OLED screen the way that the Legion Go 2 will. And so we know once Lenovo scales that up, I think it's safe to say you're going to be paying pretty much like what it costs for a laptop for these devices. If you want a performance improvement, I would wait and see what that performance improvement looks like on the Legion Go 2 before I jump ship. It's probably going to be a sizable improvement, probably like 15 to 20%, but it's going to take some time for software to catch up and be optimized for that performance improvement. So that's all I want to say about it right now. So in our upcoming episodes, we're going to be going over our Super 7 vintage Thundercats toys. I'm really excited about them. I've actually had them here for a few weeks now, but I've just been so busy. And then also we're going to be continuing with our restoration of the original Xbox that we picked up at the thrift store. So in the next episode there, we're going to be restoring the optical drive, as well as finally reassembling the unit and installing a custom firmware. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can keep up with all the cool gaming tips, tricks, mods, and collectibles we've got coming down the pipeline.